But it's like that. That's who ends up being pigs anyway. Frat boys, losers. You know what I'm saying? Who was? You know what I'm saying? Who never got like I'm gonna tell you, like in psychology, like the people who have no inner discipline a lot of times want to have control of other people. They don't feel as though they're in their own life, so that they have to go and dispense control over somebody else, because that makes them feel better if they can control you. Meanwhile, they can't even control themselves. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, it's still, it don't work. It don't make them a better person. Of course not. It actually make them worse. So it's like they're supposed to be given psychological exams before they even, and on top of that, these people don't know the law. They go to 6 months of boot camp. That's it. 6 months, and then they set them out on the streets on us. All you gotta know is a couple of answers and stuff. I be joking sometimes. I be like, yo, I think they gotta fail a test in order to be a pig. It ass. I mean,
because if you know the law too much, you'll realize something fucked up.
No, and the thing is that they derive from slave patrols. Just call this shit exactly what the fuck it is. They derive from slave patrols. They were sitting laws. I forget what city it was, what state it was, but they required every citizen, not your black ass, but every other citizen to be armed, just in case. You know.
Mm-hmm. Would you believe that they have a police department called Coon Patrol Police Department in Coon, Minneapolis, I think, or something like that?
Of course. Well, they named the place Coon. I mean, come on now.
Wait, the place is called Coon?
Yeah. So there's so many different names of these different places. And I'm
telling you, Slave Patrol is synonymous. It goes one with the other. You know, one and one is two. They together.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on they got a cow. They got a town called Coon.
Man, listen. There's a hell. There's a place called Hell.
And
shit.
a police department.
I'd rather go live in hell than Coonsville.
Man, listen.
All the coons down in Coonville love the cracker a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But that nigga who lived away from Coonville did not.
But I know for sure, like, I didn't bring it upstairs. But I know for sure that we have these situations. We have a lot of internalized hatred because you sat there and you were educated by people who don't look like you, who hated you. So they like, listen, every day they showed you disrespect. That's why actually boys drop out of school more than girls do, because most of the time, females, they deal with like psychological trauma a lot better than we do. And they're often the subject of it. You know what I'm saying? They're often the subject of it, but us, we can't deal with that. Like every time you talk to me different. And it's like you're not being as nice to me as you're being with them. And I see what's happening. Like you just laughed and joked with them, and then when you came over here, you let your freaking smart. Like you're from a woman's perspective, what it mean when you sit there and see someone laugh, right? And then they look at you and they make sure you see their smile go away in front of you. It's a psychological game. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing it on purpose. There's nothing subtle about it.
Of course.
Fucking right.
Of course. Why you think mental health in the African Black race have expanded over the past 20 years? Why do you think mental health has plagued the Black community, the Black neighborhood, our teenagers, our young adults? Why do you think that?
Man, because they traumatizing us on purpose, and but people didn't even understand about these tests that they were doing.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I was sitting there showing people like, go listen, so we can go back to stuff on walls where they sit there sticking something up their nose to break the blood-brain barrier to make you more submissive.
Damn.
just like that. Yo, the fluoride in your toothpaste and the water right now is the shit to make you more submissive. Just about everything that you're watching on TV, down to the daggone TV shows where they have the man not being a man, he's the buffoon. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yo, it's a big difference now. You know what I'm saying? And they try to make us feel shameful about being women-led. Yo, when our women were balanced, they did right because they conferenced with us. It wasn't just like she just runs everything, because that should never happen anyway. You know what I'm saying? Even in kingships, there was a council and they came to a vote. We had republics before there was an official republic written down. Like they got
it was always law and order.
They got their governance systems from us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't follow them. They got them from us. They don't got shit original.
They make the laws and break the laws.
Exactly.
Not even the Greek philosophy that they love so damn much. Half that shit came from Kemet. All of it came from Kemet.
They tell you straight down that's where it came from.
Yeah. They say that's what don't they when they talk about their gods, they say all of their gods come from Kush.
Yep, and thing is they even described Zeus as Ethiop, which means black. Mm-hmm. They described a couple of their gods was Ethiops, like you know what I'm saying, which means like you know what I'm saying, black, basically. And it's like it's funny as hell. But you get these Moors out here like black means like yo, listen, the word black does mean bleached. The word black originally means bleached. But if you sit there and hear me say right now, and I watch somebody walk by and be like, damn, she bad. You know damn well I don't mean, hey, that lady over there is really ill-behaved.
Stop. Let's not play word games. Crap. They know what you mean when they say black. Black is literally the best term to incorporate all of us. Mm-hmm. There's just no other way. Damn.
Right, because when I use it as a sense of empowerment and pride and courage and not being ashamed of being black, having a more respect of black, feeling more inspired to be black. I don't really look at it like, it may have an original definition of it being something else, but the way it was presented to us in a certain time period up until even now, black was always in the higher form. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You proud black, and I'm proud James Brown. You get what I'm trying to say? The Afros, the Black Panthers. We always associated with the color black is what I'm saying. I don't care
even
what they say it means. That color black has a frequency. It has a hertz. It has a vibration. You know what I'm saying? It has an energy. So just coming from nothing that is black, and we always say black power, Black Panther, black pride. Mm-hmm. I don't see nothing negative in that.
Right. Here's the thing, though. You get our Moorish community, you know what I'm saying, and they get mad when I say this shit, and they be like, well, everybody sold somebody. Like, anyway, the Moors was one of the ones who was sitting there. They had a different distinction. They had a different distinction, and they were selling other black people. They're like, you black, I'm Moor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so when they got kicked out, of Spain, they had no problem coming to West Africa selling black people to the Arabs. They had no problem with that shit.
But then, what does so I'm gonna break it down in Spanish, and there's two words. To say Moreno, you're talking about a black person, but also to say the word Jew is also this word Moreno. What? Hold up. Moreno is black. And how you say a Jewish person is Moreno. So the black people were the Jews. Fuck you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? These people are sitting here, and you're sitting there, you derive the term Moor from Moreno, which means black. But you sit there and be like, don't call me black. That's a status. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, don't browbeat me with that bullshit. Like, listen, tell us about the other legalese terms. We know what time it is. Like, because you could get labeled a beast. When you say in court, I understand. When they ask you, do you understand? That doesn't mean, hey, do you comprehend what I'm saying? I understand means I will pay. You will pay. and you sit there agreeing to it because you don't understand that legalese. That's like if someone asks you a question in a different language, but that language sounds really similar to the language you speak every day. It just has different meanings in legalese. So when they ask you a question and you're answering the question to your understanding, you're answering the question like, yeah, I comprehend what you're saying, but what you're really telling them in legalese is, I'm going to pay. It's like, you do better by teaching us those type of things rather than sit there like, stop calling yourselves black.
For real. Actually teach us real wordplay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Teach us actual real wordplay. Not just teaching some way to win an argument.
About black.
And where's the land though?
When we're having
apparently they believe with their Morocco, with their I'm sorry, Morris, but I'm about to call y'all on it. They believe with that little thing on their license because there's more used to try to put you to shove this down my throat. There's this little thing on their license that said they're supposed to be a citizen of Morocco.
Well, dual citizenship does give you certain amenities. I had a brother get jumped by the pigs because he had he had the plates, everything. I was rolling around with him, and they grabbed him out. They beat his ass, everything like that. They wouldn't even let him into the courtroom, but they dropped all the charges because they knew they would be liable. Because real deal, as long as you have a distinction telling them who you are, say all the other stuff like that, like the registration and all that other stuff like that, they basically rob you. And the license is for if you're doing commercial business. So if you're not doing commercial business, what do you need a license for?
For real. And here's another thing about it. He told me that symbol represents the fact that he's a citizen of Morocco. Okay, but go boom. So so why not go build something on Morocco?
Because they don't want.
Wouldn't that shit be more? The more shit would be more powerful if they actually had something.
Well,
if they had a structure for me to go to instead of just telling me how to get over a gun charge in court. Because that's the only thing they were pushing down here when they were coming this way. How they can get homeboys off for a drug charge or get them off for a gun charge. I'm not in the streets. What the fuck is that gonna do for me?
But here's the thing though too. It's like because they deal with that prison lifestyle, and a lot of them is Bati boys. I'm gonna tell you straight down like that. You know what I'm saying?
Let it out.
I'm gonna say something else too. It's like they misusing the feminine power. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and yeah, I'm telling these business. I don't give a fuck because when it comes down to it, men ain't supposed to be holding that power. It is supposed to be relegated to a woman, but they're using it, and that's why it's a lot of stuff going on within their community. That's really, it's really fucked up. But I ain't gonna say his name. But when I was asking a brother to help a sister out because she's like, "Yo, this dude literally tried to rape me," you know what I'm saying? And it didn't happen like that, and people just stood around. And I'm like, "Yo, help her out," and he didn't answer back. I'm like, oh, that's some shit right there. So you must know what's up, and you just keep it quiet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like if you know that certain ones of us, I'm in violation. If I know you a sexual offender and I don't touch you, you understand what I'm saying? I'm in violation. If I know about it and I don't do nothing about it.
Facts. Same thing on Bobo. It's Bobo Hill all over again.
You know, and you know what time it is. It's like, yo, fuck the consequences. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? We gonna deal with it when it comes down to it. Because I mean, if I got everybody on there rocking with me, listen, 5 people say he attacked me. What happened? What those 5 people said, right? Because when it comes down to it, yo, listen. It's all about the story being told, not what's true, because there's plenty of people who's innocent locked up right now.
Facts.
You
in the words of Denzel Washington, it's not what you know, but what you can prove.
Exactly. And Easy said it too.
Oh yeah, Edie did say that.
Like, and it's like, yo, at the end of the day, it's like, yo, these people are actually running conspiracies where they sit there and they know damn well. All right, I'm gonna bring something back. A lot of the lynchings that was happening they were targeting black business owners because they wanted what was theirs. So they would sit there and say, oh, he winked or whistled at a white woman. And they know that us within our community, or he raped someone, we ain't gonna defend no rapist.
No,
we definitely ain't gonna defend no rapists. And
well, at least that's how it used to be.
That's what they would use.
No way.
Ida B. Wells was sitting there talking about that. It's like, listen, it's kind of funny how like they just keep hanging all these business owners. So you telling me the thugs down the street that definitely be drinking and cursing and acting a goddamn fool, he didn't whistle at the white woman, but this business owner did. You know what I'm saying? This sober business owner that has been expanding his business for years now, he's the one that whistled and you know what I'm saying? Like in that context, when I'm sitting there saying it like that, it now it make kind of sense, don't it?
Makes real good sense.
Like, come on now, and we can't act like we don't got degenerates in our midst. It happens. We know that. You know what I'm saying? But our demand should be like, nah, you don't touch them. They're ours. Your system doesn't work for us. You know what I'm saying? If you got a problem with them, bring them to us. We'll deal with them.
Facts.
We know the authority over our own. We need autonomy. And that's the thing, though. Like, I mean, every time I'm watching these things and I sit there, these motherfuckers be proud as hell. Look at me. I got my flag and I got my shield. I'm an authority figure. They gave me authority.
Looking like a damn fool.
And come on now. All you need is a couple of fucking shiny trinkets.
Yeah. That would explain why we spend so much fucking money on gold jewelry.
I'm just saying though, like it really is what it is. So you're allowing your open enemy saying, "Hey, check this out. Here's who we want you to go get. Don't be coming in our neighborhood, nigga."
Sure thing, boss.
Right.
Sure thing, boss.
Go clean up your own neighborhood. We'll clean up our neighborhood. You clean up your neighborhood. Okay, bud? Okay?
For real. Pat on the head.
With their silly little voices.
That's right.
Good nigga.
For real, like no bullshit. I'm sitting there saying this shit like as plain as it can be. Like, no saying motherfuckers ain't gonna like it. I don't give a fuck. I got a whole task force on me right now. They have this thing called Boston Regional Intelligence Commission or some shit like that. BRIC. You put a picture out there talking about wanted for ID because I said defend yourselves. No matter what they wearing, defend yourselves. You're gonna catch the charge anyway. I'm not saying, hey, if you see one of them, you go and attack them. Like, that'd be asinine. That's inciting. That's actually something that you can be charged for.
Mm-hmm.
But they came and questioned me about how I feel. I'm like, listen, check this out. Listen, I could wear a fuck the police t-shirt with a fuck the police hat and a fuck the police jacket to match and walk into the police station if I want to. As long as I'm not threatening nobody and trying to act violently towards anyone, I could even say, fuck you, give you the finger. As long as I'm not physically touching you or coming towards you to attack you, I have a right to do so.
Yeah, and then what they keep yelling about? Freedom of speech?
Exactly. But not if you one of us.
Shit, hell no. Ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free for our asses. Everything come with a fucking price. And sometimes the price be too much than what we trying to get.
And then I be trying to tell people too. I'm like, yo, but you can't be sitting there poking and prodding somebody that's a fucking actual living person, a person. And you gonna sit there, you gonna say incendiary things to them and expect them not to react? Are you stupid? They a person too.
Yeah, you entitled. Probably yes, they are.
But it's like don't sit there and like don't sit there just because they wearing that real shit. A lot of them, they really think that they the good guys, and then when they find out that they're not, they under threat. If they break that, they're a gang. You break that thin blue wall of silence, they'll kill you. They'll kill your family.
Right.
They're a gang. You in that shit for life, motherfucker.
Boy, that brotherhood is strong, man. That blue blood shit. That's the reason why they call them blue bloods.
But you locked in, like you joined the gang, and you is not getting out of this shit. know what I'm saying? So I understand that shit. Them motherfuckers probably living under fear right now. They're probably seeing some bullshit and they're like, yo, that shit's not right. But
that's what I'm saying. Nothing. What the fuck is going on at the police academy that got these motherfuckers just ready to fall in fucking line?
I mean, shit. Any job, I say this with all of my chest. Any job that forces me to ask a male to separate his penis from his balls, I don't want it. You can keep it. No, I don't want to see neither one of those things. Let alone telling someone to, like, get the fuck out. No.
And how you supposed to do that if you got your hands up behind your back?
Oh no!
Get on the floor. Hands up, get on the ground, lift your nutsack.
Turn around.
What?
No, stand up. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. Don't walk towards me. Back up. You know what I'm saying? Back towards me. Get on the ground.
Yeah,
and they're saying it all at the same time. They give you all these different commands. Who are you listening to?
For real.
I mean, and that's a psychological thing too, being pressed. Like last time I got told to get on the ground, I'm like, bitch, you get on the ground. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Like, you get on the ground. No, I'm dead serious. Like, you ain't, like, hell no. Fuck, I'm getting on the ground for. Especially you see my hands, motherfucker. I'm not making no moves. I'm not trying to get shot. I'm like, yo, you obviously a bitch and you scared. So I'm trying to calm down. You know what I'm saying? Look, my hands are empty. Right. You fucking bitch. Look at my hands, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo. See, because here's the thing, though, right? It is a psychological trick to this, too. If I give people bitch sandwiches, you're more likely to hear what I'm saying than I'm like, please, sir, don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't hear don't. They hear bitch. You know what I'm saying? Sir sounds too submissive. But if I'm sitting there like, bitch, you better not shoot me, you fucking faggot. I swear to God on everything. You know what I'm saying? See my fucking hands, you bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn. Too funny.
Shit. Nah, but this real shit, the more submissive you are, the more likely you are to be beat down because, yo, a coward is never going to risk life and limb. They're not.
Thanks.
And if you sit there and tell them, like, hey, listen, as long as you don't touch me, I ain't going to touch you. But if you touch me, motherfucker, touch me. Yo, they're not taking that risk. They're not taking that risk. They're not. Especially if you mean it. You can't fake that. Like, you better mean it if you say it. Don't play around with it. I'm trying to tell you, like, it is what it is. Don't play around with it. If you really ain't about that life, you listen. Because they're going to do what they want to do anyway.
Facts.
So it's like, you have to, like, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to respect your manhood, your womanhood, your humanhood, like any of that stuff. They don't care about none of that shit. They want to do something to you and they're going to do it, damn it. They're not thinking about the consequences. But if you say, hey, bitch, consequences, come on. You go and catch consequences, they'll be like, hold on a second. Let me think about this.
I mean, I might get hurt.
I might get hurt.
I don't get paid enough for that.
Hell no. I mean, and for me, like, one of the times I got grabbed up, I was in my car. I'm like, yo, my dude, my hands is right here. The fuck you sit there swinging at me? Your hands are candy, my dude. Was that's supposed to be a punch? My sister hit harder than that, you faggot. Like, real shit. Like, Big Six is right there. You really think you tough? We could go right there. Big Six is a boxing gym.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like, it's right there. You think you tough? Like, come on. Tell them to come. Like, I ain't even in shape, but I still give you the business. But like right now, what you doing? It's like, yo, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. You call that a punch? You know what I'm saying? You doing way too much right now. But I assaulted him when it comes down to the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and they know what's up. Yeah, if I really would have punched the police officer, you think they would have gave me probation?
Hell no. Unsupervised in jail for assaulting a police officer.
Exactly. Unsupervised probation. If I really did, like, if I put my hand, come on now, do I look dumb? Now, mind you, I'm going to tell you when they off duty now, that's a different story.
Hey, they're a regular citizen then.
Mm-hmm. See, and the thing is, like, we don't have enough states with that mutual combatant law where you shake hands and decide, like, hey, let's just get it. You know what I'm saying? And I absolve you of any liability as long as no daggone weapons are being used.
Yeah.
And then if we can't get along after that, we can't shake our hands afterwards. See you later, buddy.
Much later.
Right? You might have got this one, but I'm gonna see you later. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It is never the winner who wants to see someone later. You know?
Facts.
Because I already made my point if I won. Yeah. You know, it's like some things we, especially as men, we're not gonna, words fail us, and then we have to have actions because everybody's not as articulate as I am. I can tell you my emotions without emoting. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't have that in their, little toolbox to pull out. It's like, I'm like, okay, cool. So you can't use words. You can't figure out what you really want to say. You want to get physical? Cool, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like more people are just scared. That's why these bitches keep shooting people all the time. I ain't got no fucking hands. You all want to jump. You want to jump on somebody all together. Now, if you thought you was tough, listen. Let's go over here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got to be in our business. What's good?
Shit, beat my ass, you can take me to jail.
That's what I said.
Beat my ass, you earn it.
For real. Shall cuff myself.
I'm leaving you don't. Not only am I gonna leave your ass there, I'm gonna take $20 out your wallet. You're for wasting my damn time.
Man, listen. I had a crazy situation happen with me. I went in on one of them, and he got snatched out of the air. I was gonna slam him, and they took him behind the bar and beat his ass. I'm like, oh shit, I ain't got nothing to do with that, and I left. I'm not part of that. I'm not part because they be having issues with each other. Look, all right, so there was a club that the Pigs had in the Bend. It's on the main street, and one of their fights spilled out into the streets. It's like we got freaking a whole hell of a lot of fucking traffic coming through. They stopped the traffic and they fighting in the middle of the street. And then when everything calmed down, they all back up in the bar and shit like that. No police was called because that is the police. Let that have been us, just regular people.
Oh yeah, the whole damn police squadron have been down there.
You know that. So it's like, if they can handle their own business between each other and they got a no snitching policy, and they sit there and come to us talk about things aren't going to improve in the hood if you don't tell on that guy. They're going to continue. Like, please. What?
Please help us, help me, help you, help me do my job.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I know it's my job, but I want you to do it for me because I'm a lazy piece of shit. I'm supposed to do an actual investigation, but in lieu of that, you tell me what's going on.
Yeah, that's probably why they got so many snitches on the damn street.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of them, bro. Trust me. Like, your plug is a snitch. Trust me. The motherfucker that been supplying motherfuckers for years and years and never went to jail, yet everybody else keep going to jail. Why you think he never go to jail? His shit's always at his crib all the fucking time. They done ran into his crib how many times? But he's still out. But they locked up everybody else though. But the motherfucker whose house it is, he out.
Shit. The feds got out, dude. I can talk about it now because it's already over with, but the feds got ours. Because think about it, Dillon County's a corrupt ass city, man. The masonry runs Dillon County. And if you're in the masonry, or you got people who's affiliated in masonry, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. I don't even care. It don't even matter what color you are. You part of the masonry. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's in this small ass little town. And I promise you. Damn, I forgot where I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm. It's not about what you know. It's about who you know.
For real. and they can literally these motherfuckers will literally get away with it. This kid who was with him, matter of fact, I got it now. This kid who was with the who's in my school, he was on the football team. He fucked up. He was not only was he was always failing in class, yet he kept graduating. Mm-hmm. He kept going up a grade. And once I thought it was like that No Child Left Behind shit like they were doing to me at Dillon Elementary before I switched schools to teachers who actually gave a damn. And they found out I didn't have a learning disability. I was just lazy. Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But
oh my goodness.
This kid kept getting passed up. How the fuck? Now that's the policy that we had there. If you wanted to play any sports at our high school, at my high school, you gotta pass. You gotta be passing. You gotta at least have a passing grade in every class. This motherfucker was barely making D's and somehow still getting skipped up in class, getting skipped up. Then what we found out was his grandfather was a 33 degree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another thing though too. How the fuck you sit there paying somebody for degrees of knowledge? Like you're paying somebody for like I said it in the chat on the fucking what do you call it? You can buy a Masonic Bible if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And dead ass like yo, it's all right there. All you gotta do is read.
Yeah, my grandpa's is still around here somewhere.
I mean, and the thing is, read it. Like you learn how to throw some signs. I swear, it can get you out of some trouble. It gets you right out of some trouble in an instant. Not like if, matter of fact, there's a black pig that was around, and he was wearing something on his uniform. I'm like, you ain't supposed to be wearing that on your uniform. Like you're not supposed to be telling people who you are. You know what I'm saying? Now you got motherfuckers sit there with the decals on their car and shit like that.
Hell yeah.
I'm like,
dude, they got them all over the place. Homie, there's this old kid who lived down the road from me. He wears it as a necklace, like he wears it like I wear Africa on my beads.
But it's like you're not supposed to. Like even when you do wear a symbol, it's supposed to be something that is not like, say discernible for the average person. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of symbology in the shit like that. It's like, yo, and if you don't notice, like a lot of architecture lets you know exactly who's what and what's where. All that shit tells you something. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers is being way too open, and like I thought it was supposed to be a secret order, and you motherfuckers is just blabbing like bitches.
Why? Because there ain't no secret. There's no need to keep a secret no more. There's no need to keep a secret. The damage has already been done. They can never do what they want to do. Whoever's in it is gonna be in it. Whoever's not gonna be on it, you either down with down with it or get mowed over by it. Yeah, sure. And a lot of people get right into it, like right after high school. I don't know how many times, because of the fact my grandpa was with that group in New York. I think they were called the Knights of Solomon. Mm-hmm. Because he was with that group. Every masonry since I entered high school, and one of my grandpa's friends saw me sitting down, and I was holding up Selassie's hand symbol. Mm-hmm. They took it that I was already starting in the masonry, and they literally been trying to recruit me ever since.
The thing is, they want the best and the brightest. Why wouldn't they recruit you? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not the best. I'm lazy, and I might be the brightest, but I'm not the best. I'm too lazy to be the best.
But here's the shit, though. At the end of the day, too, like I keep trying to tell people, this shit ain't evil. Like motherfucker, it's not evil. It's just a club. Like the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like you know what I'm saying? It's just like the church. Like I mean, matter of fact, like if you like when you get down to a certain degree, you have to take your shahada. Mm-hmm. So if you already studied some of that already, then you already above a lot of those who sit there still going through their degrees. And I'm gonna take it even further. If you know where all of that came from, and you understand a lot of that stuff, you already way past it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, and they're actually paying money. Like I said, it's more of a social club than anything evil. They ain't freaking sacrificing children, all that other dumb shit that people try to say.
Yeah, that's that Bible shit mixed up with it, man. That's that Bible shit mixed up with it.
Nah, but it's like,
and because they got that all see, and because and I don't know why, but the all seeing eye was always tied within the masonry and that shit, and because of that whole thing about the fact that if you want to be a 33 degree, you have to go to Washington and get ordained by what's it called, the third Irish rank or some shit like that.
See, and that's the problem. If you're dealing with Irish Reich or you're dealing with Scottish Reich, Scottish Reich, you dealing with them crackers shit. It's like, yo, like I'm supposed to be dealing with. Hold up, that's them. That's not us. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, they even snitched on themselves in that movie Rosewood when dude was sitting there trying to.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yo,
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're no brother of mine.
They had to protect their brother. They had to protect
their brother.
I'm
a Mason too. I'm a Mason too.
Exactly.
Not my brother.
It's still
not from my camp.
Exactly.
Shit, you still a nigga. You still a nigga. I don't care if you would have ordered. You're not from my social group. I.e., you still a nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. They ain't give a fuck about that shit.
Right.
That's why I didn't want to join that shit. Matter of fact, my grandpa quit. Now I get two different stories for why my grandpa quit the masonry. He says because they weren't what they were supposed to be. And I can believe that. But now my mom says, no, that won't it. He quit. He didn't want to pay his he didn't want to keep paying his dues, so they kicked him out.
But that's the thing though. You paying dues for what though? For knowledge?
I always thought if you're part of a social club and you pay dues, it's so that the club can go do club shit. But hell, don't the government fund them?
You can't say the government funds them because the government that's still like church and state. You have to separate those.
All right, let me put it another way. All right, let's put it another way. With so many high-ranking officials and high-ranking politicians within the masonry, wouldn't funds be the last thing they should be worrying about?
But here's the shit though, right? A lot of this shit is governed by money. And what's really funny though, when we sit there and talk about what things are supposed to be, feudalism is supposed to be illegal here in America. Feudalism is supposed to be illegal, but what do you call the person who collects your rent where you live? Even if they're not the owner.
Oh shit.
What do you call them?
Oh shit. Landlord. Oh shit.
So tell me, I thought feudalism was supposed to be illegal in America. It's written there right in the books. So how the hell do we have landlords?
And that's literally the oldest title of a ruler. Every other country got names for these low ranking rulers. Dukes. Japan they were called daimyos. Lords and shit. Man, oh my god, I never put this shit together. That's why paying rent ain't worth a fuck.
I'm trying to tell you, and then on top of that, when we talk about, I was talking to I go to therapy. So because I need therapy. Straight up.
Shit.
I'm talking to my therapist.
Dude,
like,
dude, therapy is healthy. Therapy don't make you crazy. That means you got enough sense. That means you got enough sense to realize you have issues that need to be fixed. Well, that means that you're not crazy, you're sane.
Exactly. Just maintaining mental hygiene. So I sit there and I ask him, okay, so we know the different types of property they are, and we could start listing them, and that's intellectual property. We have personal property. What's another one? We have business property, and then we have this property called real property. What's real property? When you say real property, what's real property? Land. Land. Why is land real? Everything else has a different word, but the word real for land. And you cannot be recognized as a master unless you own land. Other than that, you're a serf. If you even look up the word villain, like where the word village, the word villain, when you hear the word villain, what do you think of?
Usually the term for the bad guy, the antagonist, the ones who's against the hero.
I mean, for you all intents and purposes, if you don't own land, you're a villain.
Wow. 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 See, this type of wordplay we need to be learning. Wow. So damn. The symbolism is strong as hell. It's literally right there in our faces.
All you gotta do is sit and look and think about it and read a book or two. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Start looking at the dictionary's interpretations, because different dictionaries have interpretations of words. They're not definitions, they're interpretations. I would tell you, it's like, why are we allowing the people who hate us to define us?
That's why I don't get the term African American. We didn't call ourselves that.
Well, here's the thing, though. We do have a mixture, and there's some of us that came here way before Columbus, and you can see it if you look at the blood, especially where you at right now. All right, so we had the Geechees that came up from Haiti when they freed themselves. We know that history. People freed themselves.
Oh crap! Wait! Pause right quick. I didn't know Geechees came from Haiti.
A lot of them did.
Damn, that's a good chance I'm full fucking Haitian.
And the Maroons also. The Maroons are the people who actually, like, saying they freed themselves, and when they freed themselves, they just ran into the land. Because they knew how to survive in the land. Come on now. It's like, I don't know if you know about John Horse. Like the asshole on the $20 bill, Jackson, Stonewall Jackson, was so obsessed with catching John Horse, and they created the tribe of Seminoles. Seminole means runaway, or you know what I'm saying? Or you got some people, it means a mixed, mixed group. He chased them all the way into Mexico to get them, because they hated the fact that they was busting America's ass. John Horse was, and it's like he was so intent on getting him. Matter of fact, the reason why one side of his face is shown on the $20 bill, he turned to the side because the other side of his face has a fucking crazy scar on it that he got, that a native gave to him, cracked his face open. So he had issue. He had an issue. You know what I'm saying? With native. And it's like, you see, like a lot of these older books and stuff like that, where they show natives with that nappy ass hair. They didn't break, like, listen, but you got an issue in between, like inside the native community. They were like, oh, we ain't Africans. Eventually, that's where you came from. Like, oh, Africa ain't the oldest black. Listen, even if you don't believe none of that, right? Let's call it what it is. Melanated people are the oldest people on the earth, period.
Facts.
Melanated people are the most diverse people on earth, period. Different hair types, phenotypes, and we can trace things back with language, symbolism, et cetera, et cetera. We keep going, like how we even map the stars, and why do we have them in these mounds, or what they call pyramids? That's the Greek word for it. I forget the name for it, but like, always, Azor's belt is always somewhere in every continent. You got Azor's belt copied, and it's like, we obviously had commerce with each other. Read Ivan Van Sertima. It's kind of crazy how he said that in that book, Ivan Van Sertima, they came before Columbus. They're like, the scientists were mad. They were like, hold up. Maybe that seed got over here, like on driftwood. Maybe a bird that does that transition between, like, ate it and then it pooped it out over here. Maybe that's how the seed got over here. Maybe this picture really isn't that vegetable, that fruit. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's something else that's local that look like that, but ain't that. But then what really killed them? This is a fucking nail in the coffin, straight up. White lady doing tests. She's like, this can't be right. This is wrong. I can't. This something must be wrong with my equipment. Something must be contaminated. How the hell does a mummy in Kemet, Egypt, have cocaine in it? How? And then she said, like, yo, y'all help me out here. I did my independent study, and since I'm a scientist, we need to figure out what's going on here because I think that I'm getting contaminated stuff. And they came at her like, how dare you? You can't say that. She's like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying as a scientist, I'm trying to figure out how it happened. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, we'll kill you, bitch. Shut the fuck up. You think we playing with you? What you be telling? Yo, because it don't grow in Africa.
Sure don't. Poppy seed does not grow in Africa.
Trust me, they tried. Trust me, they tried. And it's like, so there's only one thing that could have happened. They must have had commerce between Kemet in South America. There's no other way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we know that there's a current that goes around in a circle.
Facts.
So you don't even really need to be a sailor too much. You just need to catch that current.
Right.
I mean, and they sit there and tell you, like, when they brought the ships here, you know, some of them went off because, you know, that current, that damn current. Where was they taking those ships from again? Hold up. Oh. So you're saying the people who taught you everything, you didn't even know what the fuck a boat was, and they taught you what boats were. But they never used them themselves. So the people who taught you how to build boats never used them themselves.
See, it's hard to keep up with white people's lives. It's hard to keep up with white people's lives.
You know, it's like, it's funny to me. It's like, yeah, of course we was going back and forth. Of course, there's an admixture. Like that's what people do.
For real. And hell, we will. And besides, at one point, parts of Africa was one of the most was the leading. Africa was the leading continent. It was the highest point of civilization at one fucking point. What makes you think they're just gonna stay in one spot?
Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, there's the reason why I like Thai food because they know their history in China, right? So China wants to rule their whole world. You know what I'm saying? That's the nature of empires. They want to take over everything. So there's a eunuch that actually, and I forget what his name is, but he went back and forth through Thailand and brought recipes coming from like the lands going this way. And then he went through Thailand, shared the recipes, everything like that, went through, and then when they came back, brought back more recipes from over there. So Thailand has a mixture of everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Recipes, because that's what people do. They trade recipes.
It makes you wonder if that's how the Vietnamese got curry.
Well, curry actually comes from India, so you know.
Yeah, but Ethiopians had it too.
Yeah, but that's.
I know they are right. I mean, they are like right there, but you know,
it's called Indus Kush.
Yeah.
All right, so you call India Indus Kush. Where's Kush?
Right there in Africa.
Exactly. So it's like we obviously had a trade. It's like all these similar stories too. It's like a big game of telephone. That's why I don't fuck with religions. It's like, but you have somebody in the middle, like, you know what? I want to glorify myself. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add a story. Or I don't like that shit over there. Like, now I'm gonna take that away. You know what I'm saying? It's literally a game of telephone that people in the middle, people in the middle was like, all right, I'm gonna add mine, take away, and I'm gonna give my own remix. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give an example. The way that music keeps recycling shit all the time. Like, you ever hear a beat and you be like, oh shit, I know that, and then it'd be a fucking annoying ass song. Like,
a completely different damn song.
What the fuck did they do to my song? That's some bullshit. Like, I thought that was a song that I know, and then you get somebody, they hear the same song, like, oh no, I know that song. That song is this song. Like, hold up, wait, no. But when I grew up, I heard the song and it was this like right there, and they're like, nah, they got it from this. And you'd be like, hold up, and they might be sitting there telling you, your song is bullshit. Mm-hmm. But that's what's been happening. Come on now, and there was no such thing as secular music. If you understand the fact that, say his sister's name is Blue Frequency. Come on now, frequencies is real. Like, saying they have the power to heal or destroy at will. You just have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Use it to move things. Matter of fact, when you call somebody a persona, by way of sound. Person.
Okay, sure.
Even like the symbology, you see the Om, it looks like a 3 with a rap. You know what I'm saying? The letter M. M is the only letter that you use to close. You close your mouth for M, and all other letters that you use, you have to open your mouth. And it said that was the sound that was made when the soul was put into the vessel of Adam, whatever, the first man. When it was put into, the soul was put in. The word Om was what happened to close the vessel. And even getting into the letter M, M is effeminate. M is feminine. Matter of fact, when even you say the word master, that is a feminine word. It belongs to a woman. I mean, it's too much shit to be getting into, and people don't even think about. Like I said, people be sitting there all petty about, you see what color that chick was wearing when she was doing that show, and I think she's pregnant, and who gives a fuck? What are we doing in order to elevate ourselves? I don't give a fuck what they're doing. Matter of fact, I was so glad when the motherfuckers was hating on her so bad, it made her more money. I'm glad. Yo, see what your shit talking did? See what your shit talking did? It just made her more rich. Thank you.
Yeah. That's why they say you need your haters, man.
Man, listen.
You need them haters, man. I'm trying to get 2 more before 2023.
For real, man. Like, now many people
in 2023.
Now many stories that I heard about myself. Someone talking to me. My boy tapped me one day. It was hilarious. I'm out there with a party. My boy tapped me. He's like, yeah. Yo, tell us again what you did to that motherfucker, right? That motherfucker sitting there talking about how he beat my ass and shit like that. I'm looking at him. He was like, yeah, really? He a bitch, huh? He's like, yeah, he's a bitch. I'm like, really? So I asked him a couple of questions about, who he talking about. I'm like, you know what he looked like? Like, yeah, I know what he looked like. I'm like, he's like, and my boy think I'm about to fire off on him. Mm-hmm. So I leave him alone. I'm laughing. Like, well, hey, yo, what the hell? I'm like, listen, he clown. He clown.
He ain't worth it. He ain't even worth it.
He don't even know who I am.
For real, he don't even realize he in the cage with the fuck. He in there running his mouth off with steak in his mouth, with raw steak in his mouth, and he don't even know the line behind him.
And it's like, it was funny, and then one of the girls blasted it too. You corny ass, you don't even know. And I'm like, listen, that's relegated to the women. Let them do that. You know what I'm saying?
Those who see it gonna call it, man. And they say the weakest motherfucker in the room will let you know.
They're the loudest one in the room. And like I said, when my boy tapped me, he was like, come here real quick. I should have knew there was some bullshit when he had the big smile on his face. He was like, yeah, tell us more about that story. Because he's there looking at me like, oh, he going to bust his ass. It's going to be in some entertainment today. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, leave him alone. He a loser. What do I gain by beating someone who's already down?
Shit. And probably worse off than you did than the ass women you gave him. Because seriously, if a motherfucker butt her, I don't care if you get your ass beat, then you go somewhere else and you start lying about how the shit go. Then that means you got beat. Now it doesn't always mean you got physically beat worse than you got a bad beating. It means your pride took a worse beating than that ass whooping did. Mm-hmm. And you gotta salvage as much as you fucking can.
I told him.
They try to get motherfuckers killed, man.
Yeah, but I tell people like sometimes people you fight, you just make them famous.
For real.
You give them a name. You relevant. They looking for. They trying to ride off of your coattails, and you giving them the platform. If you acknowledge it, like come on now. If you even acknowledge it, like yo, my nana used to tell me all the time, like yo, a lion does not have to stop and maul every barking dog on its trail.
Nope.
They know you a lion. They know they can't beat you. Their job is not to fucking beat you. It's to stop you from going on your path. I'm like, motherfucker. My nana with the jewels. Like, you understand what I'm trying?
Facts.
It's not about them winning. It's about making you lose. And once you get that, you stop paying attention to stupid shit. Like, is that getting me money? Because trust me, I'm gonna tell you, if it was a different scenario, if money was being offered up, or his ass was grass. Oh, how much you gonna give me? Oh yeah, sorry, buddy. Nothing personal, but I gotta get this money, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Ja.
I'll shake your hand afterward too. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna make it short. You won't suffer too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like,
hey,
bro,
man, not to get off subject very quick, but to the game with the true history of the game culture and all that crap, because like you said, a lot of us believe that Crips and Blood started as an offbreak of the Panthers.
Nah, the thing is, brothers in the hood that was always doing dirt, and then you got different people that started off. They didn't start off as no gang. They started off as car clubs. Just a high school, like, you know what I'm saying? Because the colors came from different schools. Let's call it just a school color. There was no gang colors. It was a school color. That was school spirit. So when it comes down to it, school spirit is gang culture.
In effect, in a way, yeah. You go to a high school football game. Everybody in the crowd, if you want everybody in the whole damn bleacher seat is gonna be wearing whatever color the school wears. Our color was green.
So my little cousin, he was straight as straight could be. That boy went and dyed his hair purple.
Damn.
Because he's on track and field team and he want to rep school colors. And I'm like, purple, cuz?
He must have saw. Hold on, which purple? Which purple?
It was a purple.
Neon purple, or dark purple.
It wasn't even a dark purple. It was just like, but you know, like after a while, it start to fade, so it start turning.
That dry grape purple.
Oh man, listen. At first, I was like, why? But then I'm like, you know what? I mean, he's in school. That's what he's doing. But it's like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I hope it's spray.
I can't even talk about that no more. Cause when I was in high school. I don't know why, but at the time everybody was dyeing the tips of their locks, and I was in middle school. I was in not middle school. I was in It was my sophomore year, and everybody I called myself going to be unique, but I wasn't going to dye mine. I was going to get some hair color and dye the ends of mine white. Now, in retrospect, that shit sound like it's gonna be cool as hell.
But
it can't. It looked like the ends of my hair aged faster than I did.
Yeah. See,
I'm glad I didn't end up doing because I was going at first when I first put it on, it looked like it was gonna be okay because it showed up pure white. I was like, okay, shit, like frosted. I'm like, oh shit, okay. I always thought about spraying my whole damn head so I could walk around I'll go walk around like an elder or something.
Like a Super Saiyan.
Yeah. But I got that shit. I put that shit on and then that shit started drying. The more it dried, the grayer it got.
Yep.
And I'm glad I didn't dye it. Instead, I just end up getting that hairspray shit, you know, motherfuckers use like on Halloween and shit.
Uh-huh. See, and that's the thing though, too. It's like sisters be thinking we be like hating them for dyeing their hair and straightening and shit like that. Like, nah, we don't hate you. What we saying is you're beautiful the way you was born and you don't need none of that. Real shit. It's like, yo, I want you to look like you. I want you to look like you love you, because I'm not gonna believe it if you don't look like you love you, but you gonna tell me you love me? How?
For real, I still look like me. I look like a black person. How can you love me and I'm black, but you don't love yourself and you black?
Me and the elder sister told me, like, well, back in the day, if you saw a black girl wearing a blonde wig, you knew she was a prostitute. She had sexual
right. Same thing. It's still the same. Same shit. Ain't a damn thing changed. I promise you. I promise you. Me and you go somewhere, and we go somewhere and sit out and chill out for a minute, and we see a girl with blonde hair, long blonde hair, come right on in. Big ass motherfucking eyelash, look like windshield wipers every time she blink. Trust me. Trust me. You trust me. Give her. Find out what her drug of choice is. Find out what her pleasure of choice is. She'll suck the fuck out your dick. Ain't a damn thing change.
Man.
Shit. It's like when these motherfuckers put on. It's like that's why I tell women, black women, y'all can't get mad at white women walking around with cornrows, braids, and all this other shit y'all do when y'all when ever since Madam C.J. Walker, y'all been trying to look like white women. Until this day, y'all still trying to emulate white women.
Even though, even Madam C.J. Walker stole that shit from somebody else. Listen.
Word?
She stole it from someone else. Yeah, she stole that straight in the process from somebody else. And she's just another businesswoman who took it and ran. She like those old school Steve Jobs. Old school fucking, what do you call it? What's the other dude? Microsoft. Bill Gates. Took that fucking idea, ran with it, had a better business plan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Same dude who he took the fucking McDonald's from the McDonald's brothers. Like, because he wasn't no McDonald's, he took their fucking business, ran with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the nature of the beast. That's what happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh shit! Matter of fact, didn't the dude from Spearmint Gum do the same thing?
Oh yeah, Wrigley's Experiment. Matter of fact, Wrigley Field in what do you call it? What do you call it in Chicago? Wrigley started. You know what I'm saying? And then it was what was the other one? Because I be watching shit like that, like documentaries. Like shit. And it's funny though, because I do that shit on my own. Now I'm in college. I'm 42 years old. I know I don't look like it, but first time in college.
Black don't crack, man.
First time in college, and like what I'm doing it for is this my design right here. See my design back there. This is what I do. I'm a designer. It's what I do. So
shit, that's what's up.
This is what I do. Yeah, you can see my colors over and over again because these are all my bandanas.
Shit.
Yeah, I did. I worked there. It's like nobody else got it. It's what I did. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I want to expand on that. I'm a little bit pissed.
Let me shoot a commercial for you.
Huh?
Let me shoot a commercial for you.
Yeah, well, how much you gonna charge me? Because I'm
not charging you, dude. I'm not charging you with this black man. Here's what I do. But recently, since I started my YouTube channel, I've been basically trying to push all black businesses around my neighborhood. The last video I did for a lady was for her juice bar that opened on Main Street. It was the biggest blessing we've ever had in Dillon. We got an actual juice bar. We got a juice bar. I don't have to go to Florence. I don't have to drive all the way to Florence to Tropical to get me some juice, to get me a smoothie or some juice or some shit like that. Or I ain't got to break the bank trying to go to Food Line and get them over the expensive frozen fruit because I know it's gonna taste like actual fruit.
See, since you in South Carolina, you're in one of the best places to plant anything.
You would think that. And there was a time why I wouldn't feel no type of way about going to the grocery store and getting produce because there was a time in Dillon County, in the town of Dillon and Latta, all the produce that went to either Food Line, KJ's, Cotton's, any of these little grocery stores around here, all the food was grown locally. We knew the dude. We got that went and delivered cabbages to the grocery stores. We knew the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, either they're too old and their families ain't doing the shit no more, or they died, and someone else took over the business and they're not even growing produce no more. I used to have corn and shit growing around my house.
That's what we need to do. We need to foster this do for self ideology back again. Because like my grandfather actually left my great grandfather's farm to come north, and then that's how he met my grandmother. Because he was out there like doing the field. He's like, fuck this shit. He left because he didn't want to do it no more. One good thing though is they still have some of that property, yet they won't let me touch it because I'm like, it's funny as hell. My aunt asked me, I'm like, listen, I could grow my own food so I can feed myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then I can make money at the same time, feeding myself and making money. So I'll be doing pretty good. And she goes, well, what are you going to eat?
What do you mean what I'm going to eat? I'm growing it. What do you mean what I'm eating? I'm growing it.
I'm like, and when situations happen like that, when people are not even listening to what the fuck you're saying, it's like, so the words that are coming out of my mouth, and I know I speak this language pretty well, you know what I'm saying, are of no consequence to what you think.
Basically.
You have made your mind up already.
Basically.
You figure since you don't want to do it and you think that you can't do it, that I can't. Sure. Meanwhile, I be teaching these young ones up here how to plant their own food.
Mm-hmm. Wait, she knows that, right?
Been telling them for years now. I showed them over and over again that I do this. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, there's a sister that I seen on Facebook, and she has some moringa seeds. I'm like, I got plenty of moringa seeds, but she's a sister, so I'm gonna purchase from the sister. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I don't think I put it on Facebook. I was in Facebook jail when I did it, but I put it on InstaScan. Listen. Support that black-owned business, like for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got a couple of extra dollars. It may only be a couple of extra dollars to you, but that accumulates, especially for a small business. You spending $5, but if 10 of y'all spend $5, that's 50.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit. Hell, if y'all got a problem with his prices, then shop with him so he can make enough, so he can get enough money to lower his prices.
Exactly. Come on now, like let's get it correct. Like I'm saying, the only reason why we fucking up is because we got this mindset of I want that brand name shit over there.
Facts.
Pay that money for that. But a person tell you the price that's too much.
But you'll spend $200 on a pair of sneakers.
Real shit, real crap. Well, listen, I got sneakers that's worth more than $200. I mean that you got to pay more than $200 for. So, but you know what I'm saying. But I'm a designer, so that's what I do. It's a company I'm using as of yet. But when I expand, I get more sources to actually create on, more venues. If I get equipment, I might be able to knock that price down.
For real. You know? Yo, starting a business is not cheap, and maintaining it is even more expensive.
But here's the thing, though, what people don't understand: tax incentives exist for that very reason. That money that you're spending in business, you can recoup because you're running a business, and the government will give you back the money that you are spending in order to do business, especially if you go into the red.
Sure.
It's to continue, like, see, I got 100 in civics. I've always been, really good with the academics. I'm just an asshole.
Hey, isn't that the reason why most like, you hear about businesses going bankrupt, but for some reason they're still fucking around?
See, the thing is, all you have to do is defunct the business. The business assets can get sold to another business. Now, if you own another business and you sell it to your business and then you write that off as a business expense to buy the business, you just created a different entity. So that business no longer exists. It's defunct. It's dead. You killed it. But your new business now, you done paid for that business. and now it has all the same items that you had before in that other business, but this is a different business. It's a new business.
So that's how Trump stayed rich.
Man, a lot of this stuff is happening right now. You know, there's fucking wholesale fucking money laundering going off where these shell companies are buying condos that nobody is in. I'm going to repeat that again. They're buying condos that nobody is in, and then when they flip them, they sell them to someone. That's a legal business transaction.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, businesses can own businesses.
Facts.
As long as you done did the paperwork and doing business as, this is shit that we're not learning. That economic shit, that's the shit they want to keep us away from. I'm from Boston. They had this question of should they educate the masses? Should they educate? Should there be public schools? And they was like, yes. Because that way we can teach them what we want them to know and how to work for us.
Facts.
In New Orleans right now, it's crazy. They're doing like 100% charter schools, and all those charter schools, they got a job for you when you're done at their company. So when you go into school, you learn how to run their equipment, punch their numbers. Right? You're learning how to do their business for them.
Shit. Basically training the next
administrative shit. They're not going to teach you that administrative shit though.
Modern day slavery. Only teach them enough so they make enough to make you the one. Only teach them enough so they'll want to make enough to keep working to make you more.
Exactly. But I keep asking people this. It's so crazy. If a bank can't own a fucking house, why the hell do you keep going to the bank to buy a house?
Wait. Okay, the bank can't own your house. So technically, when you take out so what about so is that still the same case even when you take a loan, when you take like a mortgage out on your house or something like that?
So mortgage, it ends. It actually the contract eventually ends. That's why it has death in the name, mortgage. So it's when does the death of this contract happen? And that's why you have to learn that complicated. I went to real estate school because I thought that you needed I don't know why I thought this, but for some stupid reason I thought that you need a real estate license in order to own real estate. And in actuality, all you have to do is, have money. And as a real estate broker or a agent, what you're doing is you're in a fiduciary contract, which means basically slavery. You're supposed to watch their interests, you know what I'm saying? Better than you watch your own to make sure that they get the best deal. So you're basically a glorified secretary. And learning the business of, all right, so every time you make a payment, there's less payment to be made. So the percentage of what you're paying changes. And every daggone month that you pay that mortgage, your rate changes because the number is going down and down and down because you're working yourself to a point where you're not paying anything anymore. But then even when you're done paying all that, you still have to pay land tax. You still have to pay your insurance. And it's like, so even if I own my land, I still have to pay somebody to
so I can keep it.
Exactly.
So I can keep it. So technically, I don't really own it. For any reason you feel like it makes you feel justified, you can just come take it. Or even worse. Let's say they want to build a road right where my land is. By law, they can move me. They don't always have to offer me money. They don't always have to offer me a check to move me. They can just move you.
So a lot of highways actually got put through black neighborhoods, and here in Boston, eminent domain, they called it urban renewal, which was just a racist way of get these niggas out of here.
The other word is ethnic cleansing.
Exactly. Well, without the killing though, because it wasn't like outright killing us like how they used to be able to do. Because
you kick a man, you kick a motherfucker out his house and he got nowhere else to be. You might as well be killing him.
I mean, it is.
Shit, look at New York. The streets ain't safe. Even down here.
Mm-hmm.
Even down here, the streets ain't safe. You can't be walking. You can't walk. Especially nowadays, you can't walk nowhere. Not unless you crazy as hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the thing is, we cannibalize. We self-cannibalize. You sit there, they say something to you, that a white person walk by, they won't say boo. They won't say not a fuck. And that's a problem. That's an issue that I have. It's like, yo, you got all this smoke for your people, but you ain't got nothing to say to the motherfucker who got you fucked up. They the ones that got you fucked up. But you ain't saying shit to them. Oh man, you know they put me under the jail if I do something to one of them. Motherfucker, they do you put you in jail too if you do something to me? What the fuck is you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Same difference. It's just like,
as long as they put a nigga in jail, they don't care who calls. As long as the nigga go to jail.
Got one. That's it.
Hey there, boy. You got any more you want to point out to us?
For real. I mean, and that's the thing though too. Like, the evolution of the killer rat is crazy. Like, they know that motherfucker is killing people out here, but they giving information. So let them go keep killing them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We know he did it. He told us he did it, but he also told on them. Well, it seemed like, man, he's doing a good job. He killing motherfuckers here, and he telling people. So he killing people and putting them in jail.
Oh yeah, keep this man on the street.
Motherfucker out there.
Keep this man on the street.
For real.
He is doing good works.
Yeah,
damn good job, Swanson. You want to some cigarettes?
No,
you want a cigarette? Here's a couple of dollars for snitching. You want me to drop you off at the liquor store?
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, that good kid
but that's how snitches look like. They always you can always tell who snitched because you'll see them get dropped off at the liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
Or get dropped off at the dope dealer's house.
And the dope dealer is the biggest snitch. I'm telling you that shit. Telling you that, and like, it is kind of crazy because, I mean, if I didn't see it with my own fucking eyes,
dude, because it got to the point niggas will snitch on each other to get rid of the competition.
And that's part of the game now.
That's the shit that fucks me up. There was a time when black people went out in the streets and we started doing this, it wasn't because of the reason niggas doing this shit now, or oh nigga, I want to look cool, like, oh man, I'm hard and shit, blah 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 and all this shit. We went out in the streets to sell drugs because we couldn't make jobs. And we had no choice. And the motherfuckers who were pushing the shit, they didn't want to push the shit. They didn't like putting the shit. As soon as they got enough money, so they didn't have to, they got away from the shit.
Yo, but what was really crazy though, right? So I'm gonna tell you some funny shit, right? Hold on, fuck it. Yo, listen. Motherfucker said straight but down, just like this. Yo, bruh, if we gonna fucking have a spot for us to do our shit, them motherfuckers over there got money over if we go over there, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you can't go over there. But hold up, what if I get me a white boy and he could do all that shit? You know, them motherfuckers want to. That way they don't even have to come over here. I just get the white boy to go and do all that. You know what I'm saying? But here's the funny thing, like how they segregate us too. And them motherfuckers, this is really funny story. They're like, okay, so we're going to take this plant. We're going to shut it down. Don't tell the niggers we have a nice neighborhood for you. We have you can get a car on finance. It's a nice one family house and no niggers. Like, just remember, no niggers. We're going to build you grocery stores, all that other good stuff. It's going to be great. They created the suburbs as a trap for white people, and the white people didn't even know it was a trap. The working class white people got fucked. Oh, you owe on mortgage? Oh, you're sick? Oh, it has nothing to do with the plant, though, even though you're dealing with those fucking fucked up chemicals and shit like that could give you cancer. Oh, you got cancer now? Got nothing to do with us. But I can't pay my mortgage because I'm sick. Well, I guess you're going to have to get the fuck up out that house, aren't you? You know the number one reason for foreclosure on housing is medical bills.
Facts.
They orchestrate the whole shit. It's like, yo, them motherfuckers don't even realize even the white folks is getting fucked over. They got played.
Shit. And they create that controversy to make sure keep running smooth. The shit keeps running smoothly. Mm-hmm. Because like you said, white people don't understand. They've been tricked. Middle poor to middle America white people, to middle society white people. They are literally kept there they're kept there at that point and only a few of them able to go up, just like with us. We all the way at the bottom, and only a few of us can even go to the middle class. They only let enough get up there so that they say it's possible. So that everybody's fighting to get there. Everybody's fighting to get up there where they at. And while doing that, they constantly the powers that be constantly commit controversy to keep two motherfuckers together. Because hell, just like back in the day, after the slaves got free, and we started migrating, getting away from the South and shit. Mm-hmm. And we started being a part of part of our own community and stuff, being in having positions in government and shit like that. What they would do was the same thing on a best home. What's another way to answer it? All right, the fastest way to be able to explain this shit, I'm horrible at explaining shit. I triple my words a lot. Mm-hmm. All right, so the best way to explain this shit is affirmative action.
Oh yeah, we got the token.
Yeah. That token black, because you know how many times, just because how many black people got that job, got that high-end job just because they were black. Now, mind you, if they
always pick the most incompetent person too.
There's more than one person going for these jobs. Then that one black person get it, all these white people gonna be mad because they've been there longer, they probably put more time in and all that shit. And in retrospect, you can understand where that anger comes from. And then what the older and what the high end's gonna tell them, they gonna say, well, we will go pick you, John. We will pick you, Swanson. But they got me about affirmative action, so I had to hire this black man. So you know what he gonna look? You know he gonna be looking at? He gonna be mad at the black man because he see the black man is the reason why he can't make more money.
Yeah, took your job. Took the job.
They took our jobs.
Took the job. Yo, that shit motherfucking South Park was funny as shit.
For real.
But anyway.
And the funny thing is, it's sad how a lot of the truth is put out in cartoons.
Yeah.
I swear to God, when they say they'll put the truth out in plain sight, they mean it.
Well, yeah.
They used to hide it in books. Now they hide it in your TV shows, and they put it off as a joke.
A lot of truth is said in jest. That was said a long time ago. A lot of truth is said in jest. That means in a joking way. So it's like,
for real.
Yo, peep this though. Oh, excuse me. Mm-hmm. When they did what they did with the separation of the suburbs and everything like that, they told them motherfuckers, oh yeah, so you want to sell your house? Well, you need to go fix it up. So you're gonna have to take another loan, you get a reverse mortgage, and you can fix it up, and then somebody come buy it. You know what I'm saying? But now, where's everybody moving to again? To the inner city. Everybody want to be in the inner city now. But when a disaster goes down, ask any military person, they're like, oh, you don't want to be nowhere near no inner city if a disaster happens.
Shit. That would explain why most movies in the most movies in the 90s and shit. A lot of whenever you see the movies like Problem Child and stuff like that, the movie will always begin with them moving into a new damn house. Mm-hmm. And they either gotta fix it up or it got all these problems to it and they gotta do all this and shit like that. See, that's what I mean by a lot of things. The funny thing about this, because I was a kid in the 90s, because I was a kid born in the 90s, the first thing they did was put us in front of the TV.
Yeah.
The worst thing they ever did was put us all in front of a TV. It was a curse and a blessing at the same time, because those who were lucky enough to be put in front of the right shit, like me, I just happened to be a kid who for some reason loved watching documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
Cause my mom all right. Mm-hmm. Teachers back then, like whenever like you went to school or whatever, like from kindergarten all the way to middle school, they be like either once or twice out of the month, out of the school week, they just sit you in front of a TV and leave the classroom.
Yep, they roll that shit in.
And what you see, and they'll turn it on PBS and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Either put a tape in, put a movie in, or turn it to PBS and just let it run until class is over with. They fucked up with a lot of 90s kids, put them in front of PBS. Because think about it, with PBS, that public broadcast channel, white people could put up what the fuck they wanted to put up without having to worry about what the networks couldn't show. This is why I only watch the news on PBS, because I'm not only getting
corporate
BBC news.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it acted up for a second. It's still fucking up. Shit. Wait until he come back, because I don't know, something happened with his transmission. Man. I don't know, bro. What happened? You still there? Oh yeah, nah. Since we waited on him to come back, he dropped off. His phone might have died. He did say, "Oh shit." Yo, I like that fucking what do you call it? I like that that cover photo you have. It's real. Fucks with it. But mm-hmm. But you step away too? Cause you on mute right now, so I can't hear you.
So what happened?
Brother, I guess his phone died. That's I love your back. The what do you call it? That
yeah, that was my avatar. Yeah, that was for tonight.
Hell fucking yeah.
That was for tonight. Them bastards, I mean, they really get on my nerve. I ain't bullshit. I'm ready for a revolution and for this shit to kick off. Because I'm sick of shit. I can't sit back in comfort and think that my children or my grandchildren ain't gonna have to go through this shit, because this shit's been going on for a long time. So I want to see, a lot of people say within my lifetime, I would like to see. Yeah, I want to see the fucking police, the plantation patrol done away with.
What is the thing?
You really can't even rely on the police force to be transformed into an AI system, because they program them.
We need to just separate. Literally, you go to the own place. You know what the mom did? They created Las Vegas, right?
Right.
They were like, hey, if we go to a place where there's no police, but when we do have police, they're the police, we're the people we're paying.
Right.
So, and they're like, there was nobody else who could gamble. Like a lot of prohibitions was going on. It's like, hey, listen, if we go to a places, people could come to us.
Right. Right.
That's what they did. That's why in Reno there's legal prostitution. You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, they got legal prostitution in Vegas. Like, no, it's Reno, my dude. Get it correct. You know what I'm saying? It's a small section in Las Vegas, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? They created their own place. You know what I'm saying? Where they could do whatever. I'm pretty sure.
We need to do the same.
Exactly. Why are we always being subsistent? Why don't we just produce for ourselves? But you notice every time we try to produce of ourselves, when we're pink people adjacent, because people love living around them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
when something happens, it only happens because of interaction. But if they ain't around, how are we gonna have an interaction?
That's right.
I don't want to live around them. Fuck them. Like I don't have no hate for them. I'm saying, no, see,
I got plenty of hate for them.
I don't hate them. Know why? Because it's like, yo, they took what they fucking knew and they did what the best they could with it. And if they ain't got it and you got it, well, shit. I know that you're nicer than I am. And if I snatch it from you and run away from it, you ain't gonna chase me. Since that, I mean, you're an easy mark. So shit. Or if I could just trick you real quick, I could tell you a lie. I'll give it back to you next week. You know? And you so trusting and loving and respecting, you don't know that I'm never gonna give you your shit back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like that. It's like all I gotta do is smile in your face and pretend to like you.
That's being nice. There's a difference between being nice and being kind. We are too kind. They are too nice. And there's a cost to coming with being nice. They treat you like shit. They take everything from you, and then smile in your face.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm just gonna take this, right, buddy? We don't have a problem here. You know, it's like and this is what they've done everywhere they've been. They'll mock you to your face, like I'm only kidding. You know, come on, don't be. But it's like I noticed that like you know, I used to fucking like I used to be in the suburbs a lot. I used to be around them, and when it comes down to it, I remember I'll never forget this day. 5 of them thought they had the balls to come and see me one time. They're like, "Yeah, we're sick and tired of you. You think you're tough?" I'm like, "I am tough, motherfucker, and I know y'all ain't gonna fight me fair. So fuck it, let's go. Come on, let's go outside so we don't fuck up these people's house." And a couple of them was like, "Hey, yo, bro, I'm not taking this risk." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I've been waiting for a minute. Someone's getting their ass beat today. Mm-hmm. Who's going to be my victim? One of y'all. Because if you don't fight me, I'm going to come through and I'm going to catch each one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't just flexing. When I did that shit to them, and it's like, yo, one of them tried to fucking get down the street, but I know where he lives. So I dragged him out of his house and beat his ass. I beat all 5 of the asses in one day just to show I could do it. Because they thought they could form Voltron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From then on, I ain't had no more problems.
Yep, that was the example that you had to set.
Exactly. Like, oh, so you don't want to fight by yourself, huh? You have no choice now. You have to fight me. Fuck that. I was saying, or get your ass beat. And for me, I was just like, yo, I don't want to just beat your ass. Fight back. Fight back so I can respect you. That's the only way I'm going to respect you if you fight me. But I got tired of that shit because it's gonna happen. It's a natural thing. It's a testosterone waste thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Males test each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, hey, listen, if you want to be top dog, you got to bite something. You know what I'm saying? You can't just walk around and be like, I'm top dog, and nobody go, oh yeah, I guess so. Someone be like, hold up, wait. No, you're not top dog. How are you top dog? I think I'm top dog. Show me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's a male thing because we do it physically. Women do it in such a biting and dish. Like they do shit that we would never think of doing to each other.
All the way up to being physical.
Oh man, please. Like listen, I remember the girl was trying to set this girl up to go in a room with these dudes, and I seen what was happening. And it was the girl who was orchestrating it. I'm like, wow, that's messed up. So you basically got to send her into a room with these dudes.
That's fucked up.
I'm like, but they do it to their own. They do it to their own. You know what I'm saying? They got the biggest rape culture you ever seen in your life. It's the craziest shit ever. And then they be like, oh, well, why would you do that to destroy his career? He'll never. What? What? Hold up. You talk about someone who's willing to do something to somebody against their will, but you want to. So when they get out to the professional world, what's going to be the shit that they're going to be doing in the professional world if they can get away with that?
Right.
Yo, I'm gonna bring something up. I like beer. I like beer. Yo, there was women coming out like, yo, listen, they locked me in a room. This, that, the other happened. He groped me. He did this, that, the other to me. He's not fit. And he's like, just being a frat boy. Everybody's like,
yeah, they give it all kind of excuses.
He was just being a frat boy. Like, and she's traumatized for life. And he's like, oh, I like beer. That motherfucker's on a grand jury in the fucking in a Supreme Court right now. You fucking serious? A certified fucking rapist.
Yeah. A certified rapist.
It's like, how many people have to come out and say the same shit? And they're like, fuck them bitches. They're liars. Even though like 10 other people did the exact same thing. And we know all 10 of those assholes. And, boys will be boys, though. Listen.
Yeah, that shit don't help young college football players when they get accused of it. Ruins their career. Oh, I'm so sorry. I lied about it. All right, well, don't ever do it again. But their careers are still ruined.
Ruined their whole life. There's just two brothers. They took it to the hoop. Like, a lot of people take a plea deal. I'm one of them. Because you see the end of the road. You see, okay, I get out at that time. All right, then. But if I fight this, I'm going to have to rely on, maybe they might look at my case and see where they went wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
After they done found me guilty, knowing damn well it couldn't have been me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. It's like there's a maybe. Like, and people take it to the hoop. They took it to the hoop. You know what I'm saying? So many innocent people take that deal because they're like, you know what? I'm not fighting it. I'm not going to trial. So, you know what I'm saying? Because they make you like, if you make them spend that money, they're going to give you so much time. It's like, but if I ain't do it, then I ain't do it. They're like, oh, you sure you want to do that? If you go to trial, they're going to be really upset. And people fall for it. And for me, I was ready to take mine to the hoop until my lawyer basically explained it to me. He's like, listen, these motherfuckers is wrong. But at the end of the day, all these people know each other. And you an outsider. This small town politics. He is going to break the law and go and talk to them and say, I understand that this dude didn't do this, but he's a nigger, so he's guilty of something.
Yeah. No shit.
So
their fallback conclusion.
Exactly. And you don't want to go against me. I'm a motherfucking judge. Do you want to have me as an enemy? Yo, they're not gonna fight back against someone who has that type of power. Are you serious?
No shit.
Especially for no goddamn nigger. You know what I'm saying? Do they hate anyway? So it's like, yo, when that guy broke down to me, I was like, fuck that. Oh, he's back. Phone died, didn't it?
Hell yeah, my damn breaker tripped.
Oh,
shit. Too many things plugged up in the living room, made my breaker trip.
Damn, his lights went out. I thought it just the phone died. Damn. I heard him say shit.
No. The breaker trip. I had too many things plugged up in the living room.
Yeah.
Too many things plugged up in the living room.
So you talk about like how like in their system, what they do is, like I said, they pressure you from all sides. That lawyer that they give you is their boy. That's why they call him.
That's right. He's an officer of the court, designed to follow the court rules.
The so-called public defender.
Yeah, and then
public
you come
pretender.
second, and you don't ever get your
public pretender.
Public pretender. I literally this is real life now, right?
Mm-hmm.
The what do you call it? The description of the person who is out there sticking people up is white male, 5'10", muscular build with brown hair, and do you see this?
Mm-hmm.
I was even fatter than this at one point in time. Like, I was bigger than this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're not mistaking me in muscular build. I am probably around 5'10". When they said brown hair, I don't think they meant this type of hair. Do And by the way, there's something I'm missing. I'm not white.
Damn.
All the fucking lawyer had to do was, hey, we could have went into court. Hey, judge, they're looking for a white male, right? Here's my client. That's all he had to do for the bail reduction. He couldn't even fucking do that.
Mm.
And the funny thing is, like, I had like an
bail reduction. Shouldn't y'all should have let y'all the charges should have been clear when y'all literally picked somebody of a completely different fucking race. The charges should have been dropped in.
Oh, they knew.
What the fuck
they
we
knew
still doing in the court?
No, they knew it wasn't me because the first thing they said to me when we got in the room was, "Here's your rights, this, that, the other. Here's where you sign to waive your rights." And I'm like, I'm not waiving my rights. Like, well, we know this.
Hell no.
They're like, oh, when I said that I'm not waiving my rights, they're like, we know this isn't you. You're being set up. But if you talk to us, then maybe we might be able to help you out. It ain't me. Ain't got shit to do with me.
Fuck you.
And I didn't find out about this white male 5'10".
I would have told them, fuck you, get out my face. Where's my lawyer?
But I didn't say it like that. I'm like, you know what? I really love to help you guys. Really, I would. But after I talk to my attorney. Well, do you have a lawyer? No, but you can go get me one. I'm not waiving my right. Are you serious? You don't talk to police. Like, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I never been to that part of town in my life. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I don't even know what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the charges are. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I had no idea what was going on. So I'm not talking about nothing. So I'm like, like I said, I never even been to that part of town before. So what the fuck? Like, I never even been to that area before. So I got nothing to do with the dealings around there. They came all the way to my crib, you know what I'm saying, to get me. And I'm like, I had no idea what the fuck they were there for, because the shit that I was doing before, I've been done quick. So in my mind at first, one of the detectives that came in through the door, I had issues with before, but he's just there to facilitate. They're there from where they're from. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that this asshole right here that I got problems with, maybe he has something to do with some shit, because I still talk to people that still do certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe someone did put my name in the middle of some shit, but I got nothing to worry about because I ain't fucking around no more. It ain't me. I don't fuck around. So you ain't gonna find nothing in this house unless you plant it. Plus, even when I was doing bullshit, I never brought it home. Never brought it through my fucking mother's door. Hell no. That's rule number one. You don't shit where you eat. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of dumbass does that? Well, no, let me take that back. There's a lot of dumbasses in jail because of that shit.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. But I'm like, yo, so I'm like, there's nothing that there could be an issue with. Like, I ain't fought nobody in a while. I ain't shot nobody. I ain't did nothing in a long time. So it's like, what the fuck do they want me for? But then when I found out it was way out, so I'm like, who do I know out there? My so-called friend has started doing drugs instead of selling them. And I hurt their feelings by telling them, like, I'm disappointed in them and the fact that, like, you're doing this bullshit now and your whole family been doing drugs and shit like that. I told you to get away from that shit, and now you doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, now you recognize the cycle already. You know this. And I had you in position to do something different to get away from that shit, but now you want to fucking be an addict? And they were mad at me because I made them cry because I told them I'm disappointed in you.
Shit. You know
what I'm saying?
What was you supposed to tell them? What was you supposed to tell them? You proud of them? Hell, these your mans, right? These your homies, right?
Yeah, I'll show you a picture of them. You're gonna be like, that's a dude. It's actually a girl, but she looked like a dude. She tried to act like a dude. But it's like, yo.
But damn though. Man, you tell her the truth, cause that's your homie. You gotta tell your homie the truth. Do they want the streets answer? They want the homeboy answer or the streets answer? Man,
but the shit is like, they
the
decided
streets gonna lie to you.
They ended up setting me up for some shit that had nothing to do with me. And the whole time it's like, it's a white boy. Like her girlfriend straight up and down told me everything. She told me to do his name, his sister's name, all they fucking shit. And at that time, that girl was pregnant. So obviously, you girlfriend and girlfriend with a fucking girl, but you obviously giving pussy to some men because you don't get pregnant from no strap on.
Yeah. I don't know. They got them. I don't know. They got them weird. They got them weird ones out now. They'll squirt for a female. No, see, a girl want to be a man so damn bad, she'll go buy a dildo that actually squirt. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, I know.
That's some weird shit.
I mean, I grew
That's
up
some
around
real
them. So
weird
like,
shit.
I mean, I grew up around them. I like more. I'm like, I like women. So shit. Like, I understand why a woman would like a woman. I like women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at you because you with a female. I'm mad because hell, did you at least try some dick?
I mean, but here's the thing.
Did you at least try it? Did you try it, didn't like it, or you decide you didn't want it? I mean, they at least try some first.
Sometimes the ones that act like they the most thug and shit like that. Listen,
be the ones the first one to give it the fuck up.
And then, like, listen, one of my homegirls, like, you know what I'm saying, straight up, I told her, we on the road, you're going to dress like a girl. That chick surprised the fuck out of me, like, because I never, listen, we go to a fucking hotel, we on a road trip, and when she come out the bathroom, like, oh, this bitch in the wrong room, who the fuck is that? Because some of them, they could switch it up, and you be like, hold up. Wait, one second. Wait, hold up. That can't be the same person. Hold up. Let me look at. Oh, shit. Yo, because if they like, listen, if you can bring it out of them, they still a girl. Don't matter. They still a girl. Don't matter. Even if they look rough, even if they do look rough, you know what I'm saying, that's still a girl. Even if she act rough, that's still a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway. And some of them get mad at you for saying that shit, but you know what you got there.
Yeah, they know they look like behind closed doors, man.
Come on now.
They know what they look like better than anybody. That's why they hide it so damn bad.
I mean, come on now. But one of them, she used to wrap up a daggone like that, used to like press it.
Wrap their breast up and shit.
I'm like, man, listen. And it's like, I mean, in this one right here, the one that set me up, I remember one time fucking Pig snatched her up. Didn't know she was a girl. And you know, they be jacking us, so like, you know what I'm saying, they think that we be hiding shit under our nuts. Like half the time, most of the dudes I know, they ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? You know, see, he feel down there, he don't feel what he think he was gonna feel. He sit there and start playing with it. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? And I could see the look on her face. She's like, oh my fucking goodness. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit can't feel good. That shit can't be feeling good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially dry and shit like that. So anyway, I ran up on this motherfucker, knocked him the fuck out. He didn't see me coming. You know what I'm saying? I was about to grab the whole belt. Fuck just grabbing the gun. I was about to take my boy scream like a little bitch and had me like a little shook, like thinking that someone else was coming. No one was coming though. So when I told her, everybody used to have the fucking handcuff keys back in the day. So I told her go into my boy's crib and I'm gonna run the diversion because I know he gonna call backup when he wake up. You know what I'm saying? So I got her inside safe. They took the handcuffs off her. And then when I'm playing dumb with the pig, and then I sit there and I ask, I'm like, yo, so ask your man why he sit there messing with a juvenile female, someone who was under 18 years old. So are we going to address that, or are you going to arrest me? Because if you arrest me, I'll go and tell them everything. Come on, let's go.
And that's all you got to tell. Because the fucked up thing is, what we don't utilize is the fact that the police actually have a police in them. There's another force that's supposed to keep the police in order. And the fucked up thing is, if they sneeze wrong, there's somebody there to be in their ass. Every time, matter of fact, what do you call the person who, whenever a policeman fire his gun and he happens to kill somebody, he's the first one they call?
See that they have internal affairs, which is the internal thing. They have the police ombudsman, We don't even have an ombudsman in Massachusetts where I'm from. And the ombudsman is supposed to be an external office that is not part of the police. But what they're trying to do here in Boston is they're trying to do this thing where they have this little commission made up of ex-officers and other people who have been activists and shit like that. Matter of fact, one of the brothers who's on the shit was a victim of a police brutality case, but they're like, you can't do anything about your police brutality case. You have to deal with everybody else's. And what they've been doing is they've been inundating them with a whole bunch of cases that are just frivolous bullshit so that they can get them, say, tied up in investigations that lead to nowhere.
Basically giving them dead end cases.
So like while they're investigating, they be like, oh, look, they're not effective because they're giving them and it's like, it's coming from them. But like New England is some real fucked up shit, man. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, we are number 2 for wrongful convictions in the entire country. Massachusetts number 2. The only one that beats Massachusetts for wrongful convictions that we know of is Illinois. Illinois is number 1 for wrongful convictions that we know of. And right after Illinois is Massachusetts.
Damn.
And that's the cases that's going to court and they're finding, hey, like they didn't do this right and that person is actually innocent and they're letting people out. I met a brother who did over 30 years for crime he didn't even commit. 30 years. And
when they found out, when did they find out he was innocent?
Just now, maybe last year, like the end of last year.
Get the fuck out of here.
30 years he sat in prison for something he didn't commit.
And the only thing they're gonna give him is an apology.
Oh, and now they have a cap on if you do sue the city or sue the state, $1 million is the cap. So you're only getting $1 million.
It sounds like a lot of money, but
oh no, if you
live in the city, it's not. If you live in the inner city, it's not. Ain't shit high as hell up there upstate with y'all?
Oh, of course. Like they got $1 million condos here, and that's just that's just an apartment. It's a glorified apartment.
See what I mean? Shit. So that ain't shit. Soon as you done paying shit and actually taking care of the business you could have been taken care of while you were in jail, now you got to literally rebuild. And honestly, that is gonna take $1 million.
And there is no aftercare for those who were found like innocent. Like there's aftercare for people who are released from prison, right? And then they're like, oh, we'll give you services and help you out for, getting home and home searches and all the other stuff like that for people who are coming out of prison. But most of the time, it's like only if you're on drugs.
Oh yeah, because if you're on drugs. Because if you're on drugs, you already where we want you to be.
But if you have been released, wrongfully convicted, where are there's no services, none. Oh, we fucked you over real hard for all those years, and now, well, you're out. Figure it out.
Have fun.
That person has lost their ability to function. Everything that they have done has been dictated to them for years now. They don't know how to function in society. You know what I'm saying?
Society ain't even the same no more. Hell, society isn't the same after 2 years. He's been going for 30.
And for me, I remember when I first was, I saw that the skyline had changed. They built another skyscraper, and I didn't even know about it because I've been behind the wall. And I'm like, oh shit, another skyscraper. And the dude who, was bringing me out, and I wasn't even out yet. I was like on my way out. Like, oh yeah, that's right. You've been locked up for a while. I'm like, yeah, they built another skyscraper. Now imagine somebody who, when they went in, we had the elevated line. You know what I'm saying? Which is, we had a line that actually went above the street and it was up on a platform and you rode on the train upward, like on top.
Right.
That doesn't exist anymore.
There's no trolleys no more?
No, I'm saying it doesn't exist as the elevated line anymore. Now it's underground.
Oh, okay. So they trade that for subways.
Yeah, but here's the thing though too, and the reason why there's a subway is because when they did urban reconstruction, they pushed out all the black people, and they were going to put a highway there, and now there's this empty land. So there's one concession that they built a school. It's one of the best schools in the whole country for like, like carpentry, all that other good stuff, like technical school. They're one of the best, but they keep wanting to shut it down because it's in the black neighborhood. But it's one of the best schools in the whole country.
Oh, because it's a technical school in a black neighborhood that teaches people a skill that is and skills that are viable till this day. At my tech school, we had construction, brick mason, graphics, lowest graphics you could. The lowest graphic you could. If you took one of those classes like I did, I could have went to any art school and already have one semester's worth of experience of art school. Mm-hmm. I would have been ahead of the game if I would have went to art school. But I found out. But what I found out is college is not actually a place for creativity.
Oh no, not at all. And I said, like, I'm a very sarcastic person. I learned that from living around women for a long time. So I'm very sarcastic. So what I do is I'm like, what are you in school for? To get a piece of paper to say that I do what I've already been doing, but now I have a piece of paper to say that I do it. Because people don't understand it. Like, I could show you that I've been doing it, but if I don't have that piece of paper, I guess I don't know what I'm doing because I don't have a piece of paper.
Nope.
And it's like, so yeah. And that was the attitude they hated. When I went up to Job Corps, right? The Job Corps, them motherfuckers hated me. They're like, well, look, you know all this stuff, then why are you here? I'm like, because I can't take I've been doing this for years to a job and say I've been doing this for years. If I have this piece of paper that says I know what I'm doing because I went to these specific classes, I might be able to get that job. Then I decided, I'm like, fuck the kitchen, because I don't like the way that people try to talk to you. I was working at Harvard one time, right? And this dude who had no fucking time, Harvard, the University of Harvard, in the kitchen, right? Right. And I'm a temp. And dude kept coming at me, and I'm just like, my God, you're talking a little bit too, like, spicy around me. And you know there's knives all around here, and you know that you have a time that you get off from work. And I may not be able to say what I want to say to you, but what I'd like to say to you is after work, if you keep talking to me, we're going to have a nice, vigorous conversation after work. And the brother who was running the kitchen knows me. He's known my family since forever. He was like, you know what I'm saying? He was trying not to laugh because you know what I just said. Mm-hmm. But it was professional. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't desire to speak to you anymore because I don't like the affect. I don't like the tone of your voice when you're speaking to me. And I'm just like, I don't want to have this conversation here. I'd rather have it after work somewhere. And like I said, old boy knew what the fuck was up. He tried to get me fired too. He tried, but you don't know me. Me and the dude who was running the kitchen, he know my whole family. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
like, nah, you won't go nowhere. You won't go nowhere. He'll like, probably go somewhere first.
He was like, yo, that white boy tried to do that shit to me one day. I was like, what? You run this shit? He was like, I know. I do run this shit, don't I?
Not in his eyes.
Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's them. That's them. That's the way that they get down. It's like, it don't matter. Like, that motherfucker is over you. That's the person you report to. That's the person you go and talk to. That you don't do shit unless you ask them. But like inside the kitchen, though, the politics in there, the way that they do shit, I'm like, see, I done got yelled at way too many times, and I'm a fighter. So I'm like, I told the dude one time, like, come here, let me talk to you for a second. Oh, what do you have to talk to me about for? I'm like, I have to have a, it's private. So, I don't want to, make too much noise. So I'm like, let's just go into the fucking, into the, what do you call it? To the freezer real quick. So, that damps down because I have a couple of words for you. It was like, oh, you gonna yell at me? I'm like, well, I'm not gonna yell at you. Like, what? Listen to how I'm talking to you right now. I'm not gonna yell. Come on, let's just go to the freezer. As soon as we got into the freezer, understand me? Understand me? Understand me? Mm-hmm. That's all I want to say. Thank you. I'll talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of ice in here.
Oh shit!
And frozen vegetables, yeah. Put something on that.
Yo, so and then
don't use the steak. We're gonna cook that later.
Yeah, really though, it is like everybody knew what happened, and it was like next thing you know, I'm not getting hours anymore. I'm like, hey, what did I do? I don't know what the problem is. I've just been doing what I was supposed to do.
That's funny.
Oh crap!
Oh wow! Well,
He said I did what? He said I did what? Is there any proof of that?
It's for real. Did anyone see that happen?
Then I don't think there's any cause for such frivolous lies.
I mean, and I never raised my voice in the kitchen at all. Like never, not once.
Right. Right.
You know, it's like you got to know. Like they be like, oh, play the game. I'm not one for playing. Like, you know,